J. Christian Adams, PJ Media legal editor and former election lawyer. He served in the voting rights section for the U.S. Department of Justice. He's also the author of Injustice, Exposing the Racial Agenda of the Obama Justice Department. Well, it's a good day to have you, J. Christian Adams. Thanks for being here.
Good morning, guys.
So talk to me about what you know about Eric Holder and what he's going to bring to the table here as Attorney General. I mean, I understand the whole idea of the feds using a civil rights case in situations like this, theoretically, if justice isn't served in the first criminal trial. We saw this in the Rodney King case with the police. We saw this, of course, originally with the Vincent Chin trial, the murder out of Michigan in the 70s that started the idea of the DOJ coming in. But here we are less than 2 weeks from the incident. Is it normal for the Attorney General to fly in and start his investigation now?
Of course not, Larry. It's all politics. It's all racial politics, which makes it worse. You're right. Federal civil rights laws give you the right to walk down the street, even if you're a criminal and not be shot by the police. But what's different here is, first of all, you have all this transparency about what normally is a non-transparent process. Holder should not be talking about how many investigators are in the field, what a priority it is, pipelining information to Al Sharpton and other civil rights organizations about the investigation. This is all politics. This is all race. This is not how things are usually done. You usually wait until the state process is over and proven inadequate before you do a federal footprint. So no, Larry, it's all about appearances. It's all about midterm elections. It's all about politics.
Well, and look, Eric Holder has made us a statement. He says, look, I want to give the people of Ferguson my assurance that this is going to be a full, fair, and independent investigation. Given the way that the Civil Rights Division of the Justice Department has acted in the past when it's investigated things, do you have a sense that it can be full, fair, and independent?
Of course not, Brian. Look, this is going to be done by the Civil Rights Division criminal section. The criminal section is filled with lawyers who do not like the police. I've written extensively about their resumes and their backgrounds at PJ Media. But understand, this is the same criminal section that was found to have engaged in rampant corruption. The lawyers in the criminal section engaged in misconduct, as outlined by a federal judge in New Orleans in a 129-page opinion that talks about the lawyers in the same exact office engaging in secretive blogging about witnesses, all sorts of violations of constitutional rights of the police officers in New Orleans. This is a unit that has a record of corruption against police officers and is now going to be in charge of investigating what's going on in Ferguson.
Well, do you have the same concern that I have? I waited to make a judgment about this case until we got more information about what really happened. And there does now seem to be a narrative that this police officer was attacked by Michael Brown and maybe even severely injured. There's one report out there that he had suffered a pretty severe blow to the head that may have affected his vision shortly before this thing deteriorated into a shooting. I mean, given the narrative that is beginning to emerge, I mean, are you troubled by the fact that they seem to be going in with the idea made up that indeed it's the officer that needs to be prosecuted? In this case, I mean, the governor is even on record of saying that there will be a vigorous prosecution in this matter. Well, who are they going to prosecute if not the cop?
Once upon a time in America, we waited for the facts to drive legal process, not mobs and hype and stones and all the things we're seeing in Missouri. And that the Attorney General and the governor of Missouri would engage in this sort of prejudgment is completely disgraceful. It's where we are, unfortunately, in America today, where you have to appease racial interest groups over criminal justice issues and preordain the outcome of grand jury investigations. It's disgraceful. But it's not a surprise anymore with this crowd. I mean, this is what they do. All law enforcement is politics. The Justice Department has been turned into a political operation, particularly the Civil Rights Division, designed to divide Americans and stoke turnout for the midterm elections. And so, Brian, you're exactly right. It's not supposed to work this way, that this is what you get with Eric Holder.
So Eric Holder arrives today, and I mean, his jurisdiction begins and ends with federal investigators, correct? I mean, he's got, I think they said 40 FBI agents, if not more, on the ground already looking into this, knocking on doors, looking for witnesses. But does he have any sway or any influence over the county DA and the local prosecutors who are really the first line here, who are supposed to be investigating this?
Well, he's already influenced them, Larry. Don't forget, last week, they were going to release the videotape of the decedent robbing a store in a strong-arm felony robbery, and the Justice Department intervened to try to stop that from happening, because you know as well as I do what it would do to the narrative. And so this Justice Department is not afraid to go outside of their fence and tell governments what to do. It's part of the overall view of this Justice Department that they basically are unrestrained, that they don't operate within legal fences, that they're on a crusade when it comes to civil rights. And Holder makes no bones about it. He's very proud of this new, robust, extra-legal role. He thinks this is what they were elected to do, and we're witnessing it play out in Ferguson.
Well, and you mentioned Eric Holder expressing dismay that that video was released. Do you, from my understanding, the only eyewitness so far is the co-robber. The co-robber, thank you. The guy, Michael Brown's buddy, who was there in the convenience store with him. This witness, the sole witness to the shooting, he's been all over the media telling his story. Has Eric Holder expressed any dismay that this witness is going around and talking to the media?
No,
he seems okay with that part of evidence being leaked, right?
Yeah, and 40 FBI agents, when the IRS investigation, still haven't seen one. I mean, this hypocrisy is on full display in this. You would tell your witnesses to shut up. You would not prejudge the case. You would not tell the public exactly how you're doing the investigation. But this is all about politics, Larry. It's all about race. It's all about the elections. It's not about the law. Where is the George Zimmerman indictment? Don't forget.
Yeah.
We saw this all play out in Florida, where Eric Holder grandstanded. The new Black Panther showed up. You had the same exact template. It's all designed to appease the mob. It's not designed to bring justice.
Well, maybe, you talk about this accomplice. Maybe when they talk about prosecution in this case, maybe they're thinking about prosecuting this guy who is seen on video participating in a strong-arm robbery.
Yeah, fat chance.
You think that's it?
Yeah, well, there's no federal jurisdiction for that, thank God. So it's only the police officer that Eric Holder is worried about.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, this is a pattern of this Justice Department excusing lawlessness over and over and over again and leaving law-abiding citizens out in cold.
We're going to leave it there. J. Christian Adams, thanks so much for joining us. PJ Media legal editor. Go check out his stuff. He's writing about this extensively and other important things he's writing about that you need to stay on top of. Thank you, Chris.